Welcome again. How do you handle if you think players are cheating? Not just with rolling dice, but like swapping out prepared spells. Well, one thing. This is what I can definitely say not to do. Do not punish your players. Do not punish out-of-game issues with in-game consequences. That doesn't really help from what I've seen. In fact, it can sometimes even make the issues worse or bring up even more issues. So I'll say that again. Don't punish out-of-game problems with in-game issues. So for example, in this case, because you think a player is cheating, that doesn't mean that you should start buffing encounters or whatever, or you should start I don't know, changing their spell slots to whatever you want or anything stupid or crazy like that. That doesn't mean to start focusing on that person or that player character specifically. What instead what I would probably do in that case is, hey, you can keep track of it and all that stuff, but bring it up to them. Like if you think your player is cheating, then like maybe have a conversation with them and then just say something along these lines of like, hey, something seemed a little bit off or whatever, and I just wanted to be honest, like, hey, it's not like, are you cheating? Like are you cheating or whatever? Like, are you messing with dice? I mean, like, hey, like I just don't want it to happen again. I don't want anybody's fun to be ruined, or you know, someone to have a lot less fun because one player is cheating. I'm not gonna like do it. It's not that big a deal, but like, hey, can you just not do it anymore? For the sake of the game, the sake of the integrity of the table, you know, because cheating is, well, it's cheating. It's not fun if one person's cheating and the rest aren't. And you know, again, something along those lines or whatever. Just have a conversation with them because they might actually not be cheating and all that stuff. And if you think that they still are, then have a, I don't know, this is more so advice. I mean, what you could do is you could just have one other player just watch that person, like assuming that you guys are at a game table and stuff like that. You can just have a one of the designated one of the players to see if like, are they cheating, yada yada yada, and then eventually come back to them and see what the actual verdict is or something. And if they still are cheating, you're like, hey, I told you, what are you doing? Why are you still cheating? We talked about this. You're ruining the game. Stop that. And you can either choose to kick them out there, or if you can maybe keep them, give them one more chance. And by the third time, if they're still cheating, well, now they just don't respect the game table or even you as a person to, you know, acknowledge like what you're trying to say and what you're trying to do. So at that point, then you can just kick them out, you know, just kick them out of the table. Get the spray bottle. Oh man, like it's at that point. But again, it all starts with just having a conversation with them and just talking, like, and trying to see, like, actually just see what's actually going on. It's honestly, like, I don't feel like going to guesstimate or try to figure out whether and do some CSI investigation on whether a player is cheating, bro. I don't have time for that. I'm trying to make the best D&D game for my players, and I'm just gonna cut straight to it. That's just me though. It also, yeah, I was gonna even mention this. QuinkCat puts it perfectly. It comes down to being adults. It's just a game. It's dumb to cheat. True. You're trying to have fun. Why are you trying to ruin everybody's fun? Like, what are you doing? All right, let's see if I'm missing anything. Luigi says, one big flaw that I had on my first table was a player searching up a stat block to a plump and ruining the mystery of an encounter with them by just going, oh, it's weak, let's just kill it. And I kind of punched them by making the party feel bad about killing the plumps. That made that player become a lot more shut in and non-interactive with the rest of the table. Yeah, I mean, what I'd probably did is just like, I'd probably just been like, hey, don't read monster stat blocks. That's cheating. Stop that. Like, I've had players do that before. I've had dungeon masters, like I've had people in like or people in games where they're only dungeon masters or there's a lot of them, and they will actually read the stat blocks and they will look them up beforehand or as they're fighting the monsters, and I'll just simply say, hey, stop that. That's cheating. We're not trying to cheat. We're trying to have fun. Don't do that. Spray bottle. You know, and then eventually they would most likely stop if they're, you know, a good human being, you know, because that's not fun. That's not cool. Imagine cheating an adult make believed.